Hello everyone, this is Tina from Tiaza's Treasures, and I hope your day or evening is going absolutely wonderfully. Today I have 5 cards from the Echo Park May card kit of the month. Now I am trying to use as much of this kit as possible. I pulled in a few things like card bases and dies and my corner muncher there, as you can see. So anyway, for this first card, I am rounding off all the corners of this pattern paper, and I have already taken another piece of the pattern paper, the one with the blue forget-me-nots. I love that pattern paper, and I used a scallop die from Stampin' Up for it. And now I am just putting this blue pattern paper. I found out that I forgot to munch a couple corners there. So I'm taking this blue pattern paper that kind of reminds me of wallpaper, and I'm gluing it down to the card base. And then I'm going to be taking some glue and I'm going to be gluing the scalloped edges of this pattern paper. Now, this takes me a few minutes. It's not quite as quick as I'm showing it here. And I'm going to center that on the other piece of pattern paper, the solid blue with the white flowers. And after I get that all centered, I will be looking for a sticker that came with the kit to put in the center. This is a pretty easy card I'm doing for the first one. And I love the simplicity of this. So I go ahead, I glue that down, and then I pull in the sticker sheet, and I know what sticker I'm using for this card. I'm going to be using the sticker that says hello, and I'm just going to center that right there in the middle. Now I open the card base and I think about trying to put some sentiment on the inside, but it doesn't come to me right away. I go back to this card at the end and I do end up decorating the inside. This is the only card that I had to go back and decorate. The other ones I do right away. So I put some enamel dots on here, and this card is pretty much finished. As you can see, I'm opening it. I'm kind of trying to figure out what am I putting on the inside, and nothing's coming to mind right away. It's like, I wanted something that matched, and nope, didn't happen. So I'm showing you the finished card. Now I'm moving everything off to the side. Now for the second card, I am going to use a card sketch from Queen & Company. I'm using, I don't think it's got a number on it. It's just a Queen & Company card sketch. And I follow this card sketch, I follow it pretty closely, except I don't get the dimensions right. But I do go ahead and I put on a piece of pattern paper from the card kit from Echo Park. It's actually, I believe, this is a kit from Carta Bella called Summertime. So anyway, I'm taking this pattern paper and I am taping it down to this card base. And I'm having a few issues with it. It's not exactly even at first, so I straighten that out. And now I'm gluing down a few of a couple banner. I took these banners. They've got stitching all the way around. They are from Pink and Maine. Now, like I said, they're not the same dimensions as on the card sketch, but I like the way they turned out just as well. And I also took a rounded Pink and May die, and I cut out a little pearlescent cardstock as well. Now I'm evening up uh, this so there's no bumps on it when I glue it down. I don't know if you watch Christy Marcotte. She always does this with her card sketches because otherwise you get like these dips in your card base or in your paper on the back. So I put a second piece of scrap paper behind the one so everything is flush. And now I'm taking that little bitty piece of pearlescent cardstock that was from my stash, and I am putting that in on top of the banner dies or the banner paper that I cut out. And like I said, it's nothing to dimension or to scale here of the card sketch, but after playing with a couple different size rounded squares, I kind of just think this one works because I want to show off the pattern paper that is on the two banners to the side. So I take a little bitty sticker that says summer, and I just put that right in the center of that pearlescent paper. And now I'm going to be taking some chipboard that's cut out like banners, and I'm going to be gluing that down to the pattern paper to the back there. So I take these four out, and I'm kind of having some trouble spacing them. So I decide I'm just going to pop them out right onto the card. And this way I kind of figure out how they're supposed to sit. Now these aren't stickers, these are just chipboard, so I'm going to have to glue them all down. And even if they were stickers, I would probably have to use glue on them anyway because chipboard doesn't always stick too well. So I take my glue and I'm gluing those all on this card. And I really like the way this looks. Now I'm trying to reuse some of the pattern paper, so you'll see the different pattern papers that I have used for these 5 cards kind of pop up all throughout the 5 of them because I don't like to waste too much, and I just found they all worked. So when I had cut into these different pattern papers, I didn't have to like use my whole stack of the pattern paper that came with the kit of the Carta Bella papers. So here I am decorating the inside of this card with a little strip of pattern paper, and then I'm going to have a sentiment on the inside that says soaking up the summer fun and sun with a little piece of watermelon. I had a little bit of trouble getting that off the sticker sheet. I take that little watermelon, I put that in the corner, and this card is done. Now for the third card. Let's see, which one is my third card? Oh, here we go. Okay, this third card, I am letting a cut apart work for me. So this is a pretty simple card. I've got some fun foam that I had taken out. So I'm going to pop up that cut apart. But first I'm taking a piece of peach, I think it's like a peachy polka dot paper, and I'm going to put that on my card base. And it ends up being a little bit off. The card base is a little longer. I don't know why this happens. It drives me nuts, but I always have to end up trimming the card bases down if I've got any like overlay there. And sometimes it works out for me like this one, and sometimes I totally screw up the card base like a later card that I did the same thing to. So I've got this fun foam, and as I try to put it on, it's not exactly even, so I'm going to have to cut the side off a little bit. It's always one thing or another, you know? I think I've got this stuff all measured out, and instead I start making my cards, and I'm on camera, and I'm like, oh shoot, look at this. I screwed this up, but luckily that's on the back. Nobody's going to see that, so it's all good. So, you know, this fun foam only has one side of adhesive, so I take my adhesive runner here, and I put a bunch of tape on the back of this so it sticks really well. I don't like using glue on fun foam too much. I suppose you could, but I don't. I'm just afraid it's going to soak in or be stupid. So there's my little popped up cut apart on there. And I'm taking a Spectrum Noir glitter pen, the clear one, and I'm just kind of putting some glitter on the pink on the awning and on all the little flowers here. So I'm coloring those up, and I love the sparkle it gives. I do end up putting a few enamel dots again on this card because I just feel like I was cheating. It was so simple to make that it felt like if I didn't put some enamel dots on there that I just got off too easy. So I put like 5 enamel dots, and then I'm going to decorate the inside. Get those in my little triangle formation in the corner, and it's diagonal all the time I seem to do. So I've got 3 on top and 2 in the other corner for 5 total for my odd number. Now on the inside of this, I finally settle on a little strip that says, "Oh Happy Day." I probably should have pulled out my ephemera pack that came with this kit and looked for some ephemera pieces, but I just was kind of being a little lazy, and I didn't want everything scattered all over the place. So there's my "Oh Happy Day," and I take a little flower basket and I put that in the left hand corner on the inside, and a little strip of the Peachy polka dot pattern paper. I glue that in there as well. And we get that all in there, and we are done. Now for our 4th card, I'm taking, oh, come in now, getting ahead of myself. For the 4th card here, I'm taking another card sketch. This one, let's see, it's from OWH, and it is card sketch 192. So this has kind of got a lot of different pattern papers on it. And it's got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern papers on this one card. So I take the main pattern paper, the green polka dot, and that one goes all the way down. Now I could have just probably cut that down to the top, just so the top was showing, but I followed the card sketch religiously on this one, and it said like 4.25 by 5.5. Now that's my card base. I could have just left that white, but I wanted a piece of pattern paper. So that's what I measured it out to be. And as you see, as I put it on there, I screwed that up, and I screwed this card base up as I was trying to trim it down. So I ended up pulling off the pattern paper completely and putting it on a different card base. I thought I did, or did I cut this down? I guess I cut it down. I thought I pulled it up. Well, it just goes to show you, I don't remember stuff that happened last hour. Or did I? Did I redo it? No, I did pull it off, see? And here I thought maybe it had worked out when I cut it. Not so much. There we go. I was able to just put one more piece of tape on there, because it still had plenty of tape on there. So get this all taped down. Not sticking to my fingers. Come on now. I like putting it in this score buddy here and lining it up that way. That way I'm not pulling the tape off and on and readjusting it quite so much. So I take the other pattern paper here and I glue that on the bottom. So, anyway, it's getting kind of late here at night as I'm doing this voiceover, and the dogs are kind of getting a little restless. They're giving me that look. They want to go to bed, but I figured that they can wait. I only have these 2 more cards. Now this paper I like a lot, but I didn't end up using it on the front of a card except for right here. And because of the way that I know this yellow square is going to be covering it, I only had a little bit of flowers peeking out the sides, so I didn't think it looked too busy. But I really like that yellow paper with the daisies, and I may have to go back and do some more cards using that. It's just so bright and cheerful. So I line that up, and this is all, I'm just eyeballing it. I guess I could have got like a ruler out and made sure it was exactly where it was supposed to be and everything was even. But it's like, I don't have time for that. I don't have patience for that. So this little sentiment I put on here says "Hello Summer Days," and if I would have just glued it on flat, it would have been like all bumpy underneath. So I do end up putting some little pieces of scrap paper down so I can run my fingers over that, and it's even with the rest of the card. But it takes a little bit of finagling to do, and I'm like putting it and lining it up and gluing it down, and it's like, is this right? No, that's not right. Let's get another little scrap of paper here. And it just is giving me fits. There we go. So I get that, and it's like, wait, that's not long enough. That's still, I need another little scrap. I'm like, So I get another piece of scrap paper, try to glue this one down, and there we go. So I'm like, what? One more. I need one more little scrap paper, and I glue that right to the sentiment. Oh, there we go. When you do a voiceover, do you think you need to be talking the whole time, or can we have these uncomfortable silences where I just watch myself work? I don't know. What's the right etiquette on YouTube? You let me know. So I had a different flower that I had put to the side, and I was going to put in the middle there, but it just kind of disappeared. So I ended up pulling a sticker off the sticker sheet, and I thought this one was done on the outside, but I'm going to end up adding a few enamel dots. But for now, I am decorating the inside. I've got It's Summertime, which is the sticker I put on the inside. And then I take this real pretty just flower piece and I put that down. The green matches the sentiment. And then I end up taking a piece of the green polka dot paper and I put that on the inside as well. So that one, the inside turned out really nice. These are a lot of summery cards. And I just love the Carta Bella paper packs. So yeah, I think I'm done for a moment. And then I'm like, no, let's bring it back and put some enamel dots on there. Let's see, do I bring it back now or at the end? Let's see, what's it going to be? Maybe I do at the end, because it looks like I'm on the 5th card now. So for the 5th card, I took, again, this green polka dot paper, and it's cut an 1/8 of an inch shorter all the way around, and I glue that down to my card base. And now I've got this really lovely pattern paper with strawberries all over it, and I end up putting another piece of fun foam that I have left over on the back. It doesn't go all the way to the top, so I'll put some foam stickers on the top so we don't have it sagging down too much and I don't have to cut it down. Let's see, I'm looking for my foam stickers. I know they're there because I just had them. There they are. I'll pull those out. And we're just going to peel all that paper off and stick this on the card. It's like, there we go. I'll get that tape on the back of the fun foam. Yeah. Pop that up on that card. Now we're going to take that tag. This tag is from the paper, and I cut that out. And as you can see, I kind of fussy cut it, so it's not perfect, but that's okay. We're popping this up as well, and we're gonna put that on the card at a little bit of a diagonal. And I've already got like a little bitty bow, a bow out of twine that I doubled up the twine. Let's see. There we go again with the little silences, the pregnant pauses in this video. And we'll get that paper off. Oh, come on, garbage, get out of the way. I have this urge to start humming, but you know, I think that would be rude. So we get those all taken off, and we're gonna pop this up in the center of that card. And I like things at an angle, so that's how I stuck it. I'm going to get a little bitty glue dot here so I can put my little bow on. And when I use these glue dots with ribbon or twine, I usually always use a glue dot, and then I put a little liquid glue on either side of the glue dot. That way I don't have to wait for the liquid glue to dry, but the glue dot will hold it in place while the liquid glue does dry, and that makes it a little bit more secure. And now I'm going to take the Spectrum Noir glitter pen, and I'm going to just glitter up the strawberries on the tag a bit, along with the basket the strawberries are in. And this card says, "So sweet." And I end up, I'm looking for some paper to put on the inside of the card when I decorate it. And I have this strip here that I cut down. The pattern paper is not anywhere else on the card except on the inside. But it's like, I think it'll work out fine. And then I cut that crooked, and I'm like, no, I can't have it crooked, even though it's on the inside. So I have to get my guillotine trimmer out so I can try to straighten it up a little bit. This is why I don't use scissors that often when I'm cutting out things, because I can't cut straight to save my life. I'm always making everything crooked. You know, just like I'm usually gluing stuff in crooked, I cut crooked. It's like, I really should use a T-ruler all the time. Maybe it's just my eyes are crooked. I don't know. So I put this little basket of strawberries in there, little sticker, and then I can't find a sentiment that I like. So I do end up pulling out the ephemera pack that came with this kit. And I'm going to use that after I read all these sentiments. You know, I put a little strawberry in the corner. Still not happy. It needs something. So there we go. I pull out this beautiful ephemera pack that I probably should have used earlier. And I start going through it. I'm looking for something that has to do with, like, you are very sweet or you are very nice. And this says you are very sweet with some strawberries on it. So I glue that in crooked, as you can see. But, you know, that's why we're handmade. And now I've taken, I knew I was going to put some enamel dots on that other card. I pulled that card back over to put some enamel on. And I'm trying to, like, get my cards a little bit finished here. And now I'm going to be pulling that first card. And I'm like, well, let's just use some ephemera inside there. And I find this really lovely piece of ephemera that matches the colors that says Best Summer Memories. And I do end up putting a little sticker in the corner there and a little piece of pattern paper down on the bottom. And I'm looking here for like a flower to put on, and I found that little flower. And now my cards are all done. So this has been the 5 cards from the Echo Park Carta Bella Summertime Paper Pack. I'm fairly certain you can still buy this kit. If not, you can certainly find this paper, I'm sure. So let me know which card is your favorite. Mine, I think, is either the second one or the first or second. I really like a lot. I like how they turned out. I like how they all look, though. Now this fourth one's kind of busy, but it works. So if you like this video, please hit the like button or subscribe. Bye bye for now.